I didn't fight her. I didn't beg her to stay or ask her to rethink it. I just looked into her eyes, let the moment press down on my chest like a stone, and said quietly but firmly, "Okay, if space is what you need, I won't stand in your way." There was a flicker in her expression, maybe surprise, maybe confusion. Maybe she expected a plea, a desperate attempt to hold her close, to change her mind. But I didn't give her that. Not because I didn't care, but because I cared enough to let her go, especially when her heart was already drifting away. Before I share the rest of this story, let me say something. If you've ever had to release someone you love with your entire soul, someone who suddenly seemed unsure about you, then you know the silence they leave behind. It doesn't feel empty. It roars. It wraps around your nights, echoes through every quiet corner, and fills up a space where laughter once lived. And if you're still walking through that silence, you're not the only one. My name is Samir. For almost 6 years, Mara was my anchor. We weren't perfect, no relationship is, but we were steady. We had quiet Sundays under layers of blankets, movie nights where we never agreed on a film, but always picked something familiar. We had our own little rituals, like her half-finished coffee cups because, as she used to say, I like the comfort more than the taste. She once told me, "You're the calm in my chaos." And I believed her, until the night she looked at me and said she felt lost, like she didn't know who she was anymore. It didn't unravel all at once. It began slowly. Canceled plans, short replies, unreturned calls, less laughter, more space. I chalked it up to work pressure. I tried harder. I cooked more, stepped back to give her breathing room, stayed patient. But the space I gave didn't bring her closer. It only highlighted how far away she already was. And I didn't see it until it was too late. One evening, after dinner, she sat at the edge of the couch like she couldn't bring herself to fully sit down. "Samir," she said gently, "I think I need some space from us." My chest tightened. "You mean like a break?" I asked. She nodded, eyes glistening like the words physically hurt her. I don't know who I am anymore. I think we rushed into everything. Maybe I wasn't ready. I think she expected me to lose it, to argue or beg. But I didn't. I simply nodded. I got up, steady on the outside while everything inside cracked, and I said, "Okay, that's all." Not because I didn't love her, but because love isn't supposed to trap someone. It's not a cage. And if she needed to leave to figure herself out, I wouldn't be the one to stop her. The next morning, I packed a few bags and moved into a modest place across town. No drama, no bitter words, just silence. Heavy, thick silence that followed me like a shadow. The first month was cruel. I'd make dinner like I used to, automatically serving 2 plates before remembering it was just me now. I'd wake up reaching for someone who wasn't there. I checked her social media more than I'd like to admit, just to make sure she was all right. She seemed to be. There were brunch outings, yoga weekends, even a solo trip to Muscat. She looked lighter, freer, like the life we built had been a weight she needed to shake off. And I hated how mature I was being about it. Hated that I wasn't storming in to ask for explanations. But real love, deep, patient love, knows when to stand still. I gave her the space she asked for and tried to stitch myself back together. I started small. The gym, journaling, eating alone at places we used to love, and learning to find peace in my own company. I got used to the quiet, learned how to live with it. By the 6th month, I stopped waiting for her name to flash on my phone. Stopped rehearsing what I'd say if she came back. Healing wasn't graceful. It was messy and painful. But it was real. And then came the 10th month, a Friday night. I had just finished dinner and was washing up when my phone lit up. "Mara," my heart froze. I stared at the screen. "Hey, can we talk?" It was a message I used to dream about. I replied, "Sure." 10 minutes later, she was at my door. Same knock, same scent that brought memories crashing down before I could brace myself. I opened the door. She looked the same but different. Nervous, and somehow older in a way that had nothing to do with age. She sat at the dining table where I'd eaten so many silent meals. We didn't speak at first, just breathed the same air, uncertain. Then she broke the quiet. I thought space would bring clarity, and at first it did. But somewhere in that freedom, I realized I didn't miss freedom. I missed you. Her voice wavered. I went searching for myself. Samir,